Hello, vinyl community. Dave, the pickup artist, with you for another edition of Psychedelic Sunday, where the cost of one admission is your mind.
Your mind.
This week, I've got a new one. This is a new reissue that came out. We've got Listening. This group was part of the Bosstown Sound in the late 60s. Four-piece band. We got a combination of psych, hard rock, and prog here. And this is a limited edition of 700 copies on green vinyl. It's got the original Vanguard label. It originally came out on Vanguard. And these guys were great. This is a one and done album. And these guys were a little bit like, they had like a Latin thing going. They kind of like, on some tracks, they kind of like sounded like Santana.
Kills people, girl people.
The front cover of the album was taken at a place called The Shell in Boston, which is short for the Escalante Half Shell, I believe it was called. It was a place where the Boston Pops would play. And they started in the late 60s, they started bringing in rock bands to play there. Unfortunately, they had a lot of problems and, drug busts and stuff like that. And they on and off again banned rock bands. The last rock band that played there was Green Day, and they had a lot of problems at that concert too. So the Shell and Listening. This is great stuff. I found out about this from watching your videos, and they were probably original copies, because this is the first American reissue of this album. And it's a good one. These guys one guy joined a punk band, another guy joined Boss Skaggs band, and yeah, just another great Bosstown sound band.
We got us some good uns.
Next, we've got Amanaz with Africa. This is another great Zamrock reissue. This is a 2016 reissue. This came out originally in 1975. It was reissued by a German label in 2008. And this is the last pressing they did from a few years ago. I'll give you a good look at that hype sticker there. But these guys were from the Chinola area of Zambia, and they recorded this in 1973, but for whatever reason, it didn't come out until 2 years later. And yeah, this is another fantastic Zamrock album.
Tell you something new about the history of the man. He's got nothing to lose.
I love the photos on the front cover, and we've got a little blog here on the back cover from I don't know who wrote it. It doesn't say. Amanaz are a group of 5, namely Keith Cobway from the Clasters, which broke up in 1972, John Canapa from the Black Souls, which also broke up early in 1975 and quit way, Watson Lungau and Terry Masala from Macbeth, which disbanded in 1973, Isaac Mofro from The Wrong Number, which disbanded in 1973 in Kitwe also. The band was formed in 1973. Doesn't say who wrote that, and it also doesn't say who played what. Now, you can find originals of this. There's one up for sale on Discogs, and the catch is it's apparently doesn't have the cover. It's without the cover, and the vinyl is G+, so it's essentially an ashtray. So I recommend everybody check out, if they want to listen to Zamrock, check out the reissues. You know, don't stop looking for the originals, but your chances of finding one are very dim. But I have seen channels show them, and they're usually pretty shot. But this is another good one. Amanaz, Africa.
You know, with you in Angola, a vibrant city, and I look, not the city. The city I know is not Angola, but in Angola, in a vibrant city.
So I put on some Pink Floyd, and when I put on Pink Floyd, it's usually something from the late 60s, early 70s. One of my favorites, of course, Adam Hart Mother. I've got this on the Harvest label. And not everybody likes this. I mean, it's not for everybody. But I do. I love the cover too, by Hypnosis. And around the time they put this out in 72, Pink Floyd were touring Europe. And while they were in France, they hooked up with a ballet director and choreographer named Roland Petit, and they agreed to participate in this ballet in France. The way it worked was the ballet would take place on the stage, and on a riser behind the ballet was Pink Floyd. Playing the music, and this was a 72. It happened, and there's a little bit of footage. There's maybe a lot of footage on YouTube. I've seen several different clips, mostly in suspect quality. But they, about 5-6 years ago, they put out a big ShamWow box set called The Early Years, and I think there might be more of this material on that box set. But I think, if I remember correctly, some of the songs they performed at the ballet were from Adam Hart.
Or the sick people, or any of these other chaps who are quite sort of predominant and are very anti-racial jokes and anti-other people in comment sections and chats.
Fighting chicken and his teeth fell out from
you know, it's easier to be hateful.
To this Roland Petit, who went on to apparently went on to put on this, what they called the Pink Floyd ballet, for decades, until he died in maybe 10 years ago. I think he died. But yeah, Pink Floyd ballet, who knew? I mean, normally me and you could care less about ballet, but with Pink Floyd involved, and it was around the time that these great British bands were not only giving us different genres, but they were giving us different formats. Like you had The Who was giving us opera, and Jethro Tull was giving us plays. Also broke out a recent. This is probably my most recent Pink Floyd pickup. Their second album, Saucer Full of Secrets, in mono. Get better shot of that hype sticker, but yeah, they put out their first two. This is about 4 or 5 years ago in mono, and yeah, I tend to like this better than the first one, but I don't know. That's just me. Depends on what day you ask me. So this week, 20 years ago, one of my favorite prog bands, Rush, put out their psychedelic cover album called Feedback. Rush actually cut their teeth on psychedelic music ever since Geddy Lee and Alex Lifeson went to see Cream in Canada in the late 60s. And this is excellent. We've got a little bit of a, that's the disc right there. Very cool. And this disc is also this actually is out on vinyl, but it's expensive. And this is the label of the vinyl, also the disc on here. And we've got a little essay here by none other than Neil Peart, who talks about his love of psychedelic music and how the band bonded with it. But the covers, we got some great ones here. The album opens with a cover of Summertime Blues, done Blue Cheer style. Excellent. Then we get the first of two Yardbirds covers. Come tomorrow, we love you, come tomorrow, maybe a soldier. Come tomorrow, may I be full of you. Then we've got, For What It's Worth, the great Buffalo Springfield track. And if you know Rush, you know they're big fans of The Who. They're really huge Who fans, and they do a cover of one of my favorite Who songs called The Seeker. The Seeker was one of those non-LP singles, I believe. I'm looking for me. You're looking for you. We're looking in at each other and we don't know what to do. They call me the Seeker. I've been searching low and high. Then we get Mr. Soul, another Buffalo Springfield track. Which leads into 7 and 7 Is from the band Love. Then we got Shapes of Things, the second Yardbirds song, and it closes with the Crossroads, done in the style of Cream. Yeah, this is this is one of the last albums they did in 2004. Rush, paying homage to their psychedelic roots. And yeah, that's all I've got this week. I hope you all have a great week, and I'll see you again next week. Take care, all.
If you agree with me, go to Joe 30330 0330 30330.
Look at that confident gait. He is as fit as a fiddle in body and mind.
30. Dividend of the Belfast Good Friday Agreement. 30330. 0330. Harder than getting a ticket to the Renaissance tour or Britney's tour. It's kind of warm in Brazil right now.